Welcome to World Monologue Games 2024. You're watching the main amateur category and the region is Europe. We do have strong language and adult themes at the game, so if you're sensitive to any particular subject matter, it could be in the show. Please hit the like or subscribe button or leave a comment for the actors. Voting lines will be open for 48 hours from the end of this broadcast, so if you'd like to vote, a link will be available in the description of this video. Enjoy the show.
Pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the tide of times. Woe to the hands that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now I do prophesy, which, like mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered by the hands of war. All pity choked with the custom of fell deeds. And Caesar's spirit, ranging for revenge with Arte by his side, come hot from hell, shall in these confines with a monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this fell deed shall smell above the earth with carrion men groaning for burial.
Dear God, where is he? I'm trying to understand, officer. Believe me, I'm trying. I just don't get how a whole person can disappear. I mean, it's not 1950 anymore. There are cameras everywhere. There is CCTV on every street corner, and everyone has a smartphone in their back pocket. How has nobody seen him? How is there no footage? You can catch people staying too long at a car park, and there isn't a single frame of Jamie. He's 6'1". He doesn't exactly blend into a crowd, so where is he? He hasn't contacted any of us. Not me or his family. He hasn't bought a train ticket or a bus fare or food or water or somewhere to stay for the night. And I love Jamie, but he has never skipped a meal, so where is he? He can't have just vanished, and he didn't leave. He's too good a person to just leave. And the tracker on his phone isn't working. How is that? Shouldn't the tracker work even if his phone is off? You need to bring him home. You need to bring him home, because his mum's not going to survive this, and I don't know if I will either. Please just find him. You've got to find him and bring him home.
I don't know what it is with me lately, but I just get so... where the guys come up to me with a cheesy lines like, "Hey girl, you have such a beautiful smile," or "Can I just tell you that you're so beautiful." It disgusts me. I mean, Who the hell does this guy or that guy think he is to give me such compliments? Who gives him the right? I don't do anything to get of any kind of interest whatsoever. I completely look the other way when I see eye contact happening. And they still come over to me with their cheesy lines, thinking they're so suave. It's repulsive. You know what I'm saying? What does a girl need to do these days? Maybe, I don't know, maybe if I vomit on myself, the guy will come the other way? No, I think even then I get something like, oh wow, the way you vomit on yourself are so delightful, girl. Yeah. All what I want is to be left alone. I have a man. I love my man. And I do my best to be polite, but the irritation and cheesy lines are getting too much. Guys are blind. They're really oblivious to when the girl is not interested. And you know, these days, I'd rather be a man.
What I'm about to do is self-destruction at its best. If I don't end up in prison, which, despite my careful planning, is more than likely, I know it's going to ruin me psychologically. I've barely slept in months from anticipation alone, let alone after committing the deed. I'm effectively in the final minutes of the life I've known. And yet I know it's the right decision. I've thought about this over and over and over for 17 years. And the fact that I still want to do it proves I simply must. Some things are bigger than yourself, you know? Some things are worth the sacrifice. Whatever happens, I know it's not going to make me feel any better. I've already said the murder will traumatise me, but it also won't bring back my son. I have to do it because I'd rather be dead than live in a world without real justice. And before you say prison is justice, it isn't. Not in this case. I know he's not repentant, and even though I doubt he'd do it again, I just can't bear the thought he's finally won his freedom. It just feels like he simply won. And he doesn't deserve to win anything. Ever. Oh, okay, boss will be here any second. However this plays out, 2 lives are about to end. But it needs to be done. Justice needs to be done.
Honey, don't be mad, okay? I was just trying to do something nice for you, but I think I've lost the cat. Yes, I know I do crazy things all the time, but you know it's your birthday next week. Well, I thought I'd do something special. I thought we could do one of those giant cards, you know, where you leave the whole family imprint on them. So I went out, I got a big piece of card, I covered the garage floor in it, and then I bought a tin of paint. Me and the kids, we covered ourselves in this body paint. We rolled all across the cards and, you know, left our little signatures next to our imprints. It was really, really cute. Until I went to go and get Buttons. See, I thought Buttons would run across the card and leave little paw prints as she went. Not sure why I left Buttons until last. I'm not sure why I chose green paint. But yeah, See, the problem is when I went to dip Button's paws in the pot, I slipped on the paper and Buttons dropped into the pot, and then she just went ballistic. I mean, she did that spring jump thing that cats do, and she ran out into the back garden, and I think she's in the bushes. You see, the problem is I can hear her out there, but I can't actually see her. Now, she must be really angry because every time I get close to the bushes to try and find her, she goes quiet again. I don't know. Maybe she'll come out to you when you get home. I just thought you'd like to know. I mean, she likes you better anyway. In hindsight, though, probably should have chosen red.
But I do think it is the husband's faults if wives do fall. Pay that they slack their duties and pour our treasures into foreign laps, or else break out in peevish jealousies, throwing restraint upon us, or say they strike us, or scant our former having in despite. Why, we have galls, and though we have some grace, yet have we some revenge. Let husbands know their wives have sense like them. They see and smell and have their palates both for sweet and sour, as husbands have. What is it that they do when they change us for others? Is it sport? I think it is. And doth affection breed it? I think it doth. Is frailty that thus says? It is so too. And have not we affections? Desires for sport, and frailty, as men have. Then let them use us well, else let them know the ills we do, their ills instruct us so.
Je déteste être réveillée. En même temps, je suis toujours effrayée à l'idée de m'endormir. Je suis prise dans cette horrible boucle à laquelle je ne peux pas échapper. Mes rêves ressemblent à une réalité merveilleuse et chaleureuse dont je redoute la fin. Chaque nuit, je rêve de ma fille, Tammy. Et ce sont de grands rêves. Des rêves fantastiques où elle est de retour dans nos vies. Elle est partout, dans chaque pièce, derrière chaque porte. Elle est dans la cuisine avec moi, regarde un film, joue à des jeux de société avec son frère et sa sœur, se détend sur son téléphone dans sa chambre, pendant que son père essaye désespérément de comprendre les maths. Elle est avec nous. Nous sommes tous heureux. Mais ces rêves sont un truc terrible que mon esprit joue sur moi. Je les sens toujours si réels, mais le matin quand je me réveille, une fois de plus, Tammy n'est plus là. Il n'est pas dans la cuisine, il ne regarde pas de film, il ne joue pas à des jeux. La maison est juste froide, grise et sans vie une fois de plus. Et chaque matin, je ressens à nouveau la même perte et le même chagrin. Je ne veux pas arrêter de rêver d'elle. Mais se réveiller est tellement douloureux. Je m'inquiète de ce qui lui arrivera dans mes rêves. Sera-t-elle toujours là? Va-t-elle vieillir comme les autres enfants? Se mariera-t-elle? Fondera-t-elle une famille? Est-ce que je pourrais réaliser ses rêves ou restera-t-elle à jamais la jeune fille de 14 ans, pleine d'humour et d'originalité, qui fabriquait des TikTok comme elle l'était avant sa mort? Peut-être que je dois arrêter de m'inquiéter de mes rêves. Je sais que la vie et la lumière ne reviendront pas seules chez nous. J'ai besoin d'apprendre à vivre à nouveau dans le monde réel, afin de pouvoir me réveiller avec une vie aussi chaleureuse et merveilleuse que dans mes rêves. Et j'espère juste que lorsque je m'endormirai, Tammy sera toujours là.
I first saw death when I was 10 years old. I lost my grandmother to cancer. And then I lost my aunt when she was 40 years old. Again, to cancer. And then that monster took away my mother when she was only 50. And I just thought that this monster, this Gorgon, this Medusa, is going to take away everything I've ever loved, including myself and my 2 daughters. But then I was inspired by something very simple. A comb. This comb, it doesn't look back at what it has lost. Even if it has lost its teeth, it keeps on working hard to disentangle the tentacles of the monster in its path. Working relentlessly, not thinking about what it has lost, but only what it needs to do until it has achieved what it set out to do at the end. And that's what I set out to do. I didn't look at what I've lost, only at what I have to gain. I started working out daily, focusing on my health, eating right, and teaching my daughters to do the same. And today at 54, I'm fit and strong and focusing only on what I need to do for myself and for others and not at what I've lost in the past.
There's moments that I forget. I don't want to tell you something or show you something. For just a wee moment I forget. Then it dawns on me. And I feel like the loneliest person in the world again. Do you remember that you always said, don't ever worry because Daz can fix everything? Do you remember you always said that? Always calm and smiling. Everything I ever broke, you fixed it for me. Watches, jewellery and hairdryers, everything. Everything I ever lost, you found. Everything I ever wanted, you made it happen for me. There was nothing you couldn't do, Dad. Everything that I needed to feel safe and protected was in you. I didn't know that it was unusual to call for your dad when you'd had a nightmare. It turns out that most girls will call for their mum because they will always cuddle. But I always shouted in for you because I knew you would make the monsters go away, that you could do anything. But it turns out there are some things that Dad can't fix. And you couldn't know, Dad. You couldn't know just how off the rails my mum would go and all the chancing bastards that she would take up with because you weren't there. You couldn't know how many of them would try it on with me and how many of them would manage to sneak into my bed at night when my mum was lying pissed. You couldn't know how much that I would beg in my head for you to make it stop. You couldn't know that. But it doesn't stop me blaming you for not being there. I'm fucked up, Dad.
When I'm walking in the park, I look for you. I look at the back of little boys' heads and I try to get them to turn around and say, Mummy, you found me. And I can feel my hand itching, just itching for you to put your little hand into mine and walk home with me. He looks so young and hopeless at the moment, I can't even bear to look at him. He looks like a little boy. Like you, perhaps. And recently I've been finding him eating at the table or in front of some crap, and he looks so alone. The other day it was a chocolate mousse, and I thought, what grown man eats a chocolate mousse? What grown man walks into a supermarket and buys a roll of chocolate mousse? It was so frustrating and irritating. And he licked the lid. He licked it as if his life depended on it. And he scraped the bottom of the pot. Scraped as if that little sliver of chocolate was going to remove all the pain. He looks so fucking desperate. But for the smallest, happiest, most brilliant of seconds, it was Rupert. My Rupert. So now I go to the fridge in the evenings, and if he's treated himself, I go to the sitting room and I watch him. And each time, that second just gets a little bit longer. And recently I've been seeing him beside him, eating the same pudding in the same way at the same time. And I can see you so clearly. Your little legs are crossed and you're glancing over at your daddy, because really that's all that matters. And I've been seeing you two in the same place at the same time, putting on your socks or brushing your teeth, and it's getting easier. I don't have you, but I have him. And you live in him. So I've stopped looking for you in the parks, because you found us. And I'm gonna stop painting this room. I'm gonna put down this paintbrush. I'm gonna stop.
Stop it! Just fucking stop it! I can let you go. And you fucking pestering me is making it worse for both of us. Stop asking me, okay? Look, listen. What do you expect me to do? I want to be in this situation far less than you do, okay? For fucking real. Oh, you think it's bad for you? Think about it. Just use your head for 2 seconds. You'd be sweet if you managed to get out of here. So fucking traumatized for life. But at least you can get on with it. No matter what I do, I'm completely screwed. There's no good option for me. None. Really? You think so? Go on then. Tell me what my actual options are. Kill you? Don't start with your damn sobbing again. I don't want to kill you. I would have killed you 2 weeks ago if I wanted to kill you, you damn shit. My only other option is to let you go. And I can let you go. How can I? You saw what I did. You watched me slit that fucker's throat. Kill him, murder him. I'm holding his head, slicing his carotid, he's squirting blood everywhere. Like a 7-year-old trying to hold a fire hose. And then I see you. Sure, I saved you from that fucking cycle. I saved your damned life. But how can I possibly let you go when you saw me commit murder? If you ever tell anyone, that's it. I'm done for! No parole! Here we go again. You saved my life. I'll never tell anyone. I heard you the first 100 fucking times! Look, listen, how would you feel? Every day you'll wonder, will she go to the cops? Tell them how I butchered the man in front of her. Kept her locked up in a cell for 2.5 weeks, trying to figure out what to do. How am I supposed to live with that hanging over my head? What am I going to do, Christy? Please tell me. What the hell choice do I have? Fuck!
Je travaille dans la cave de votre restaurant. Depuis que j'ai 14 ans, en apprentissage, j'étais qu'un gamin à l'époque, vous vous rappelez? Je dormais dans une piole de 5 mètres carrés au-dessus de la cuisine. Un cagibi, quoi. Je faisais 15 heures par jour, mais je voyais pas le jour. Et à la fin, vous me donniez 100 francs. J'étais content. J'ai tout donné pour votre restaurant. Ça fait 30 ans que je travaille pour vous, monsieur, à me faire gueuler dessus. Je finissais à l'époque les services avec les mains en sang à force de me rentrer le couteau à huître dans la paume. Et vos gars, là, vos serveurs et votre chef qui me couraient après dans les caves pour me passer la bite au cirage. Les gars qui me mettaient du laxatif le matin dans mon café pour que je me chie dessus. Ils passaient leur temps à se foutre de ma gueule comme passe-temps. Des vrais comiques. Johnny m'appelait. Hé Johnny, nettoie ta merde. Hé Johnny, va faire la vaisselle. Avec des coups de pied au cul comme encouragement. Des brûlures. Des coups d'aiguille. Non. Aujourd'hui, je gagne quoi? 900 € par mois. À me faire gueuler dessus. À me taper des services de 130 couverts. Et vous, qui encore aujourd'hui m'avez balancé l'assiette à la gueule parce que l'assiette était froide. Alors stop, monsieur. Stop. Je démissionne. Au revoir, monsieur.
Alright, thanks for watching. If you'd like to help select who goes through to the global finals, you can vote for your 2 favourite performances from the show. A link to the voting form will be available in the description of this video for 48 hours from the end of the broadcast. Please note that you do have to vote for 2 performances, not just 1, and you can only vote once per show. If you want to see our other upcoming events, please check out worldmonologuegames.com. See you next time.
Loving you and loving